Good morning, YouTube. Welcome back to G-Pop's Adventures. So yesterday I started putting in the garage door, but I forgot to record it. So I'm going to bring you up to speed on what I've done so far and video the rest of it. I apologize for that. So what I did first was install the hinges. So I started at the bottom, and you have to put a special hinge down here. It's the bracket that holds the cable. There's a cable that's going to get connected right to here. And so that's going to go up there, and that's what's actually going to pull the door up. There's a torsion spring I have to install. So I put the hinges on the top side of the door first, set that in place, got the first one level, and then I did the same thing for the second. Put this hinge on, and this is a special hinge. It's like numbered 2, because the roller is down here, so when this starts turning at where it goes back overhead in the track, then this roller will be in the right place and it won't put it in a bind, because it has to go around that curve. So there's number 2 here, number 3 here, and number 4 up there. And as you can see, I haven't quite gotten to that hinge yet. And then the top hinge, you put that on when you put the top section of door on, and it doesn't have anything above it, so that's the top roller that's going to ride on the track. For some reason, they gave me 4 really long shaft rollers, and the rest are small. But on this door over here, I only have 2 long shaft rollers. That's on either side of the top. And so, since they gave me 4 long shaft, I decided I would put it at the bottom. And of course, this is a step plate to push the door down so that you can latch it. And I'll probably put a latch about right in here, because that's where the latch is on that side. The thing slides through this hole to lock the door. So I'll put both of those toward the middle so that you don't have to wonder about where you're going to go to unlock a silly thing. Okay, so yet to do, I've got to put bolts in that hinge and the one on the other side. And I've got that track on, so before I do anything else, I need to get bolts in that hinge, and that's why I've got the step ladder out. So I'll let you watch now. These are all self-tapping bolts, self-tapping and self-threading. I do that a lot, dropping my bolts. I probably need to move this over a bit. That should be better. Okay, one thing that I didn't tell you I did is when I set the door panel in place, after you get the door panel in place, then you drive in a 16-penny nail and then bend it over around the door so that it holds the door up. Otherwise, this thing would just come flopping down. Because it's all hinged. Anyway, I've got all the hinges installed now and the rollers, and now I'll put the track on. So you'll notice the track has a curved section and it has a flat section. The flat section goes against the door jamb, and the curved section, so you put it on like this. You get the rollers in there, and then you spin it around. Just like that. And I see that my piece of wood is kind of in the way of the track. There we go. I had to put a shim under this side because I wanted the track to go straight up this form. It may not exactly be 100% plumb. So let me just check that and see. Okay, so it's probably off, I don't know, what would you say, 3-4 degrees, maybe 4.5, maybe 5 degrees. So it's not at 100% plumb, but I would rather that track follow this so that the door doesn't get in a bind on its way up, and then it comes back down in the same place. So, we're going to follow the framing. And so I'll just continue on this side with putting in the brackets. So these are the brackets, and I don't know if you can see that number, but there's a 6 on that. So there's a 6 for the other side. Here's a 5. So it looks like we have 5, 6, and 7. So there's, you notice that each one of these is just a tiny bit longer. And that's because as the door starts going up, you want the door to pull away from the, they call it a door stop. That's the piece of trim that is actually preventing the door from falling all the way through. Because on garage doors, if you order an 8x8 garage door, you're getting a door exactly 8 feet wide and 8 feet tall. And so the opening that you make for your garage door the inside parameters must be 8 feet wide and 8 feet tall. So your door is not actually going to sit on the frame, but you have these brackets that is going to bolt in like this, and so that's why you do your framing inside 8 feet wide. That way you're on this 2x6 jack stud. Okay, so this will be 5 down here, this will be 6, and this will be 7. So we'll put him right there. And I don't think we have any more. Nope, so it's just 3 brackets on the side. So, what did I do at 5? Oh, 5's down there. Okay, so I'll put 7 on. 7 would go right here. 7 goes here, 6 goes here, and 5 goes down there. So they have these little screws that have a serration around just under the head, and what that's going to do when it comes through there, actually when it comes through the track, it's going to bite into the metal. And so the way it's supposed to work, it bites into the metal, so you don't need to hold, there's a screwdriver slot on it, but if it bites into the metal properly, all you have to do is tighten it up with a wrench on the outside. And so it's a 3/8 inch nut. So I need to slide that through there. And then put that right there. And I won't tighten anything up. This finger tight for right now. Let's get this thing set up, and then we'll put the lag bolts in. Okay, now you have to pre-drill for the line bolts. I don't know why they call it lag bolts, but they do. It's meant to drill in thread wood, but if you don't pre-drill with a 3/16 bit, it's going to split your wood. So we'll follow the directions. I'll find my drill bit, which I probably have put away. So I'll have to get it back out of the drill bit holder, drill bit assortment. Okay, that's a 3/16 bit. what I'm going to do is drill right in the middle of this thing. And the silly thing walked a bit, but I guess it'll be all right. Time for lag bolts. Okay, I'll put it in the center. And it better not walk. Now, when you get these tracks installed, you're supposed to have a ½ inch distance between this and the hinge, between the track and the hinge. 1/2 inch. Now, after you get these tracks installed, now you can pull out the 16-penny nails. So I'm going to do that next. So I'll back this up a bit so I'm not hitting the camera when the thing lets go. I think there's the first one I got to get out. I hope I don't have to have the ladder for this. So what I do is I just twist them around, get them off the door, and then I wiggle them back and forth, and they come right out. All right. Okay, I think I got all the nails out. Now the next thing I'm going to do is install what they call the flag bracket. The flag bracket has a particular way it has to be installed. So this one has an L stamped on it, right here. So I'm guessing that goes on the left side, right? So this part is where you're going to join the tracks together. So it would have to go over there, which the L makes sense. And since I'm on this side, I'll install the one that doesn't have anything on it. So if it's opposite the L, it's got to be the R, right? That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it. And again, you use those same little screws. You use these little screws that I talked about before. I guess you could do this one of two ways, but the way I like to do it is get this thing in the right. I want to follow the seam of the 2x6, but it has to be right there, because these tracks have to join together there. Now, these will really do force their way into the hole that the bracket, in the bracket. But I'm not going to tighten these things up yet because I want to make sure that my upper track is going to be okay. And so I'm thinking that I should go ahead and put that bracket where it used to be. I have to bolt the upper track to that bracket. I guess I'll have to use a nail. I thought I had a marker out here so that I could use it to mark stuff, but I guess a nail will suffice. So I'm going to make a point there. Yeah, can't see that one. I can see it now. So I'm doing this because I can't really, well, I can probably, well, I don't, yeah, I can probably drill it with this thing installed. Let's see if I can. Okay, I need 4 lag bolts. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I hope I got another package of this stuff on the other side. Otherwise I'm in trouble. Okay, there's the flag bracket. Now I've got to put in the, I forget what they call it. It's this thing that the torsion tube runs through. And so this tab, it needs to be installed like that so that the torsion tube is farthest away from the wall, and this little tab right here goes over top of that bracket. So let's get our drill back up so that we can drill some holes. I got the wrong bracket. So I can really only put in one bolt until I get the overhead track up. With the drill, there it is. So this goes on the inside of the flag bracket. And then it flips over. The horizontal track has a rod that comes back, and it'll bolt into there and back here. So let's drill off and put our lag bolt in. Now, if I remember right, that top one, the one that goes into this bracket, because there's torsion on this, you have to use red. There's a red-headed lag bolt. It's the same size as the other lag bolts. It's just got a red head on it. Oh, I need my impact. Okay, and in that other bag, there is a carriage bolt and a nut. So we got to find the big nut. Okay, that's it. Okay, and I'll get a wrench to tighten that up with. I think that is 9/16 or it's a half. Yeah, I think it's a 9/16, but we'll see. It's a half. Okay, so we've got our red-headed bolt up there, and we're going to move to the other side. removing a lag bolt from the other package. And I'm not sure why I did that. I mean, from the package I'm putting in now. I needed 2 more lag bolts, but I don't remember what for now. But I stole them from this package. Oh, I remember, it was to put the center thing up. So I've only got 2 lag bolts left and I need to go buy 2. So. Okay, where's my bag of goodies? Okay, so I've got the flag bracket installed now, and now I got to get the other bracket that supports the bracket that supports the torsion rod. Okay, now I need my carriage bolt. Half-inch carriage bolt. Actually, it's a 1/2-inch wrench to tighten it up, but I'm not so sure that was supposed to be a carriage bolt. I'm going to go look at the instructions, because I think I might be running out of carriage bolts. I don't know. It's what I did on the other side, and I had a carriage bolt on either side. I think it's got to have a carriage bolt because of the pulley that's going to go in there, and if it's a regular hex head bolt, it's going to scrape on it. So, I'm going to put this one the same place I put the other one, which was in the top hole. Okay, it's in the top hole. And now it's track time. So what they say to do is to get yourself a rope and support the back end of the track while you make the connection here. So I have to reposition for putting in the track. So I'm going to turn you off and reposition my stuff, and then I'll turn you back on and show you what I'm doing with the track. So this is the track that goes on the left side. Notice how the opening is to the inside, which matches what's over there. So that top roller has to go into this track, and you have to have the top roller in before you put this track on. You have to support the back end with a rope. So I've got the rope on the scaffolding already. So I'm going to put this track up there, hook it right over there, and it's not going to stay as lay it down. I guess I got the scaffolding too close to the wall, because on the other side I was able to lay it down. I mean, hook it on that railing. No, I guess it's gonna work. Get my level and see where I'm at. Now on this side it's really easy to put the brackets on. because they're real short. All you need is, I think I've used a 15-inch one and probably a 12-inch one on the other side. Now I got a bunch of junk in the way over here, so. That's been my whole problem, is every time I go to get something like a level, it's always somewhere that is not within arm's reach. So I have to get down, get it, then get it back up. Okay, it's just a tiny bit high. So I think that's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut my brackets. And then I'll do a final level on it before I tighten the brackets up. I was a little not agitated, just cautious, very cautious with that too, because I've heard people can, sometimes they really get hurt. Those things come apart or break or something, and I certainly didn't want it to hurt me. And it'd probably be too late. Once that thing broke, it'd probably spring everywhere, and I probably couldn't even bat an eye before it got me. Must be turning that thing backwards. go down and loosen those tracks down there. And let them slide in a bit. I guess that's just going to have to be tight enough. Okay, YouTube, I've had enough for today. So what I got left to do is I have to finish up the track on this side. I've got to put the angle in like you see over here. One of those, I think the vertical one is 15 and the one that goes out is like 12 inches. So I'll cut that same length of pre-punched material and I'll put it in over there. And then tomorrow I'll work on the other side. The other side is going to be a pain because it is so darn high. And I saw this angle right there doesn't seem to be where it needs to be. So I might have to move that one over and put it in a different hole. I had that vertical, but my guess is that when the door went up, it pulled it over. So I didn't have it in the right spot. Now, it couldn't pull this one. So if this one's not in the right spot, it's going to pull the entire door over. I might have to measure to the wall and see if this one is actually up, right? And adjust it if I have to. Anyway, it makes it a lot cooler in here with garage doors, and especially when the sun gets over there, because these garage doors are insulated, so it makes it a lot cooler in here. Anyway, that's all for today, YouTube. So, bye.